Hey guys, it's Kathy. I have another quick one today. Um, so I, like 2 videos ago or something, I showed you this pro se, and I said I have to make sure I catch it on Wednesday. I have to make sure I catch it on Wednesday. Well, bad news. It was an in person, so they didn't have it available. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't record it. It was an in person. So I don't have it. I just don't have it. However, um, as I was trying to find it anywhere on YouTube, I found some other information about him. So I'm just going to start and give you a brief clip of what we saw a couple videos ago. And you can go ahead and go back and just watch it. It's I think it's called Per Se Speaks So That We Can Smile or something like that. And this is what we saw.
I can simply assert that I'm not able to file motions that I don't find are based on established case law, court rules. I'm constrained to file motions that I believe have merit. And
my motions do have merit. I don't want this man speaking on my behalf on my case anymore. Please disregard anything he said on the record. Thank you.
Well, I'm not going to disregard what he says any more than I disregard what you say.
Well, he doesn't have my permission anymore to represent me.
I'm disregarding him.
There's a complete
He's the attorney of record. He has the court's permission to talk.
There's a breakdown in communication, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to set this over for reassignment 2 weeks. At that time, I will, well, actually, let me see here.
Your Honor, I'm asking
Stop.
you.
I need you to stop.
I have a right to represent myself. And
Again, I'm going to, at this point, I'm just going to mute you, Mr. Gohin-Ringo, if you're not going to listen.
So that was him. So I was looking around for what happened on Wednesday. What happened with his case? And I'm trying to find his case in the Washington court system, and I can't. But I do find some other information. So this guy's been in court a bunch of times. And from what I saw just from the appellate court, at least 5, maybe 6 different appeals he has put through the appellate court for different reasons. So his parental rights were terminated back in 2016. So he tried to appeal that. And this is what I found for when he tried to appeal that. So this was filed 2019. He lost his rights in 2016, and then he filed an appeal in 2017, I think. There's a lot of different cases, so I'm not 100% sure. But he filed this appeal, and it says, Gohin-Ringo appeals the denial of his motion for a new parental rights termination trial. The state argues that Gohin-Ringo did not timely file his motion and that the motion fails on its merits. Assuming without deciding the motion was timely, we conclude it lacks merits and affirm. So he lost the appeal. There's the end of the story at the beginning. But there's some background to the court. This gets crazy. In 2017, a Whatcom County Superior Court judge held a trial considering the termination of Gohin-Ringo's parental rights. In preparation for the trial judge reviewed Gohin-Ringo's dependency case. In doing so, she noted that in prior hearings, the judicial officer had 2 deputies present because of safety concerns with Gohin-Ringo. So in the court, they had 2 deputies. The trial judge consulted with an undersheriff to develop a security plan, and based on their recommendation, planned to have 2 deputies in the courtroom at all times. At trial, Goheen Rango made a number of threatening statements, referring to social workers, attorneys, and others in the courtroom. Goheen Rango said that these should be in a box in the desert. In his testimony, he admitted that he tried bringing knives into the courthouse during trial. He told the people present that they should be afraid of me, and mentioned that he owned a gun and regularly practiced marksmanship. The day before the ruling to terminate his parental rights, as the trial judge exited the court clerk's office, Goheen Rango stood outside and stared at her. Goheen Rango said nothing to the judge, but she had to brush past him to get around him. On March 15, 2017, the court terminated Goheen Rango's parental rights. On June 6, 2017, Goheen Rango posted a photo on Facebook of himself holding a gun captioned, "Return the Rango children now or else." And yes, I tried to find that post. Can't find it. Sorry. After seeing the post, the termination trial judge became concerned. The Whatcom County prosecutor charged Goheen Rango with intimidating a judge shortly thereafter. The affidavit of probable cause for the charge noted that the termination trial judge purchased a firearm for personal protection and took classes on how to use it out of concern from Goheen Rango's behavior at trial. On October 23, 2017, Goheen Rango's criminal defense attorney interviewed the termination trial judge. During the interview, the judge said that she took a firearm use course during the trial, received a concealed carry permit around the time of her ruling, and purchased a gun 2 or 3 weeks after the ruling. The judge also said she held strong anti-gun views until February of 2017. But that changed because of Goheen Rango's behavior at trial and her general awareness that Goheen Rango had showed up at his foster children's new homes and, on another instance, had rifled through the trash of one of the children's guardian ad litem. For the same reasons, the judge also purchased a home security system during the trial. After learning of the foregoing interview on April 24, 2018, Goheen Rango's counsel from the termination trial filed a motion for a new trial under that code. A Skagit County Superior Court Commissioner heard the motion as a Whatcom County matter and denied it as untimely and on its merits. Goheen Rango moved for revision of the commissioner's ruling. A Skagit County Superior Court judge denied the motion and stated the following: that it was untimely and that he failed to establish that the trial judge was biased or that any evidence alleged to be newly discovered would have changed the outcome of the proceedings. So that happened. That happened. So he got his kids taken away from him. And it was sort of a big deal. Like, it was back in 2014, and I sort of remember this in the news. These two had some children. They gave birth to the children at home, refused to take the children to the hospital after they were born. Said they were healthy, but they only lived a strict Christian, holistic lifestyle. And then at some point, the state took the children away because they were underfed and malnourished. So the children got taken away. The mother didn't fight for the children. The mother just voluntarily gave away her rights. And then he's been fighting ever since. And then we also found out, this is one of the reasons why he got, I don't know if you can see that. Okay. It says, so this, I don't know what year this is. This was February of 2017. This was right about the time the judge was getting a gun and a security system in her house because of his antics in court. So he had visitation before she rolled. He had supervised visitation of the kids. So a Washington State father whose battle with Child Protective Services received widespread attention has been sentenced to 3 months in jail for restraining 2 state workers in an elevator. The jurors found 25-year-old Cleve Allen Goheen Rango guilty of unlawful imprisonment. Goheen Rango's story went viral in 2014 after he and his partner said they were being bullied for their beliefs in home birth and holistic lifestyle. The state says it got involved because the kids appeared underweight, underfed, and at risk of abuse. Charging papers say Goheen Rango trapped the caseworkers in the courthouse elevator after one worker cut short the supervised meeting between Goheen Rango and his children. The public defender plans to ask to delay his report date to jail while he appeals the case, which he did. I mean, he has a lot of appeals. But so long story very short, I couldn't find the court on Wednesday, so I don't know what happened. My best guess, and again, if we remember from that judge, I wasn't sure. You know what? I'm not even going to give you my best guess. I'm not sure if he's allowed to go per se or not. I just don't know. I don't know what happened today, but if anybody anywhere finds out what happened on Wednesday, if he's allowed to represent himself, and when his next court date is, it might be on Wednesday again. So we'll see. Might be not. It might be this Wednesday coming up. I don't know. So if anybody else knows, because all of his appellate trials that I looked through, they were continued and continued and continued. Like they took years. It just wasn't done. And then he lost his attorney, and he asked for another attorney, and he wanted to go pro se. And this has happened in every single court case. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If anybody finds anything, let me know. I know this is a real short live stream. It's all I have for this. So, it's midnight where I am, so everybody else should just go to bed. Go to bed, people. Get some sleep. Tomorrow's Sunday. You can sleep in there too. You can get a full 15, 20 hours of sleep. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out.